Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Have you ever thought of making chicken with lemongrass? Well, if you haven't ever done it, it is better you can try it. You can use this recipe and make something interesting and nice for your family, for your friends, for your family. It is really nice. In this recipe, I start with preparing my chicken. I'm going to use 500 grams, about 500 grams of chicken. So what I do not like it with skin. I do this in order to make sure that the marinade really sinks in into the chicken, into the chicken, so that you can really taste, you can have the taste of it all. This is why I started by preparing the chicken and removing the skin of the chicken thighs. After I have done that, I am going to use lemongrass and start chopping it into pieces. I chop it in small pieces so that the smell can diffuse out of it. So I will transfer it into my container, my bowl, where I'm going to mix up things all together. In the same time, I also chop about two two to three cloves of garlic, chop it all, and then transfer to the same bowl where I'm going to mix up things. And then I am also going to use, in this case, I'm going to use olive oil. That you see there is olive oil. I add 2 tablespoonfuls of olive oil. And then I also add at the same time 2 tablespoonfuls of soy sauce. I'm using dark soy sauce, plus a teaspoonful of brown sugar. And of course, do not forget a teaspoonful of salt. And the last is not the last, because we still have the lemon. I will also need to add in my pepper, about a teaspoonful as well. And then a half of lemon juice. You cut the lemon in half and then squeeze the juices in the bowl and then mix up all these ingredients together. Let the ingredients mix up together. Let that sugar really dissolve in there before you transfer in your chicken. After everything has mixed up, I will of course transfer in my chicken that I prepared earlier on. Transfer in the bowl and make sure that it soaks in well with the marinade. Make sure it soaks well with the marinade so that everything sinks in. I will keep this chicken for something like 30 minutes or 1 hour, depending on the time you have, and let it marinate. After the marinade time, my chicken is of course now ready to prepare. I preheat I'm going to use, in this case, I am going to use the air fryer. I already preheated it. It goes automatically once you press preheat, it automatically preheats. So after the preheat time, what I do is I transfer my chicken into the air fryer. If you do not have the air fryer, well, you don't have to say, I do not have the air fryer, so this recipe is not for me. No, that is not true. You can use what you have. You can use a griller. You can grill this chicken. What is important is the marinade. Once the marinade is done, once you've prepared your marinade, the rest you can use a grill. You can use what you have at hand to prepare this chicken. So I also make sure that I transfer a little bit of juices. And then after, the chicken is in the air fryer. I set the time, I select chicken, it cooks. As you can see, it cooks. It's cooking. After like half the way the cooking time, what I do, I have to turn this chicken. You have to turn this chicken just like the oven, just like any other cooking thing. Even if you are roasting it on a local grill, chicken needs to be Anything you're roasting needs to be turned. If you do not turn, then the other side will burn. This is why you have to turn it. At this moment, I'm also trying to turn the chicken so that it doesn't burn. I also, after turning it all slowly, you turn it slowly, the color is already starting to form. You can see how nice brown it is. I will also add a little bit of the juices on the chicken just to make sure that it keeps moisturized and not so dry. You know, when it is dry, then it is also not nice to bite. You do not really get that richness of the chicken thighs, chicken legs, that whatever part of the chicken that you used. So I make sure that I drizzle a little bit with the remains of the marinade that remained in my bowl. I drizzle a little bit on my chicken to keep it moisturized, to prevent it from over burning. Look at that, guys. It is really nice. And by the way, it smells nice as well. It smells really, really nice. The aroma is just on point. I don't know how to explain this, but the smell is really nice. You should try it yourself. I put it back to continue cooking for the remaining time. In the same way, you have now to start. You just press play. You just have to press there. That blinking part used where you press again. Once you press on that blinking part, the cooking resumes where it stopped from. It resumes the cooking time. It resumes the cooking time. It will cook for the remaining time. The total time, as you saw in the beginning, the total time was 25 minutes. So half the way 25 minutes, like something like 13 minutes left. Look at the color. Do you see that? Look at this, guys. This is nice and brown. Look at that. That is the final results. I decided to serve it with my rice and vegetables, and it is yummy. You can definitely try this. It is worth trying, and it tastes nice as well. Let alone the smell, the taste as well is. You should try this.